In this video, you'll learn how to program your Intermatic Abra surface switch to trigger Alexa routines using the Alexa app. Inside the Alexa app, your connected devices can be viewed by tapping in the light bulb icon at the bottom of the screen. For this example, you can see we have our linked Abra devices as well as linked smart bulbs from other Alexa-compatible brands and manufacturers. Above the Devices section is a section for groups, which are usually based on rooms. To see which devices are grouped in different rooms, click on the group name. In the Family room, we can see several linked smart bulbs, as well as the Abra Smart Plug Gateway and an Abra surface switch. Tap out of the window to go back to the device screen. If you've created scenes for your smart bulbs in their respective apps, they will automatically be added to Alexa when you link accounts. You can access them in Alexa by tapping on View All Scenes near the bottom of the screen. All scenes from compatible devices will be shown here. The Abra surface switch can trigger Alexa devices to perform all types of actions, including these scenes, by programming its button pushes in the Alexa app. To accomplish this, click on the Abra surface switch in the device screen and click on New Button Action. For this example, we will program a single click of the top button to turn on all of the lights in the family room. Tap near the top of the screen to choose a button. The next screen may ask you to confirm that it's for the surface switch. Now choose Button 1 Single Press, and then tap Next. To choose what happens when the button is pressed, tap on Add an Action. As you can see, there are countless actions on all Alexa linked devices that can be triggered by the button push. Since we want all of the lights in the family room to turn on, we will choose the Smart Home category. As you can see, you can access scenes, connected plugs, and individual lights. Because we want to control an entire room, we will choose Groups and then tap on Family Room. Now choose Lights and tap Next. We want the lights to all turn on, so we will select Power and choose On. For this example, when the lights turn on, we want them at almost but not quite full power. So we will also select Brightness and then adjust the slider to the desired level, in this case 90%. We also want to make sure they are at a white neutral color, so we will also select Color and then choose White. And then Save. To continue, press Next. Now a single press of the top button of the surface switch will turn all of the lights in the family room on at 90% and at a white neutral color. Alexa refers to this trigger and action as a routine. To rename the routine, press on Rename near the top of the screen. For this example, we will name it Family Room Default On, and then tap Next. To save this routine, press Save near the bottom of the screen. Now that we've programmed a single push of the top button to turn the lights on, let's program a single press of the bottom button to turn the lights off. As before, tap New Button Action. Now press Choose Button. Again, the next screen may ask you to confirm that it's for the surface switch. Now select Button 2 Single Press and then Next. To create an action for the routine, tap Add an Action and then choose Smart Home. Now press Groups and then Family Room. Again, we will choose Lights and tap Next. On the next screen, select Power and then choose Off. And of course, since the lights are turning off, we don't need to set a color or brightness level. Now tap Next. Back on the routine screen, tap Rename. For this example, we will name this routine Family Room Off and then press Next. Now choose Save. Now, when the bottom button of the surface switch is pressed once, all of the lights in the family room will turn off. To see your routines, tap on the 3-line icon at the bottom of the screen. Now choose Routines. To view all of the routines you've created, select the Your Routines tab near the top of the screen. To edit a routine, tap on its name. One of the features of routines is that you can add more than one action to a trigger. For this example, let's program the top button push to not only turn on all of the family room lights, but to also turn on the stereo that is connected to the smart plug gateway. To accomplish this, tap on Add Another Action. Now choose Smart Home and tap on Plugs. Select the Abra Smart Plug Gateway and press Next. Now select On and then Next. Now, when the top button of the Abra surface switch is pressed once, the family room lights will all turn on, and so will the stereo that's plugged into the smart plug gateway. To save, tap Finish. Programming scenes is just as easy. For this example, let's program a double press of the top button to trigger a lighting scene. Begin by tapping on the surface switch in the Device screen. Again, tap New Button Action. Now tap on Choose Button and confirm it's for the surface switch. On the next screen, select Button 1 Double Press and then tap Next. Back on the routine screen, tap on Add an Action. Now choose Smart Home and then Scenes. For this example, we will choose a scene that was created in another app called Las Vegas. Now tap Add. To add another scene to the top button double press, tap on Add Another Action and then Smart Home. Again, choose Scenes. For this example, we want the home office lights to display a scene called Malibu Pink at the same time. Because this scene is from a different manufacturer and app than the first one we programmed, there may be different choices on the next screen. For this example, under the Mode selection, you can set the scene to be static or dynamic. We will keep it at Dynamic. Under Scene, we have the option to turn the scene on or off. We will turn it on. Now press Next. Back on the routine screen, we can see that a double press of the top button of the Abra surface switch will activate the Las Vegas scene in the family room, as well as the Malibu Pink scene in the office. To lock in the changes, tap Save. As you may have noticed, we forgot to rename the routine, so it was saved with the default name. To fix this, we need to edit the routine. Tap on the 3-line icon at the bottom of the screen. Now choose Routines. Now tap the Your Routines tab near the top of the screen. The default name that was given is Button Press Routine 2. Click on the name to edit it. Now choose Rename near the top right of the screen. For this example, we will name it Dynamic Scene 1 Family Room, and then press Next. To lock in the changes, tap Finish. And that's it! Now you know how easy it is to program the Abra surface switch inside of the Alexa app. And if you get stuck at any point in the process, you can contact technical support through the information listed on the screen. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below or visit Intermatic.com. And be sure to check out our other videos on YouTube or the Intermatic webpage for more tutorials.